Rugby World Cup 2023, folks. Tonga taking on Romania this weekend. Neither of these sides have had a win. Pretty tough pool. Number 1, 2, and 5 sides in the world. I think it was going into the World Cup, something like that. So both these sides, it's their last throw of the dice, last chance to get a win. And they've played 4 times, and it's a split, two wins apiece. So whoever wins this one gets to claim the title of having a better record over the other one. Yeah, that's real valuable. We're going to go through some squads, some stats, predictions, and you guys can let us know your thoughts. Obviously, this one's a dead rubber in terms of the meaning on the entire pool. Neither of these sides is going to finish. You can't make the quarterfinals. You can't even get that qualifying spot. You're just going to be the team that doesn't get whitewashed, basically. I said that they're 2-2 with their record, and they are. Every game they've played, according to the stats that I have looked up, has been played in Romania, and it's usually pretty tight between these sides. 2013, 19 points to 18 wins to Romania. 2015, it was 21-16 to Tonga. 2017, 25 points to 20 Tonga, and then Romania brought things even in their last meeting, 2021. 32 points to 20. However, Tonga has been able to call upon a fair few former All Blacks and whatnot since then. So you would think that their squad has been largely bolstered. And I seem to remember Tongan sides in the past, at least maybe that 2021 side, didn't have that much time together. Was that when Taumoepeau was injured as well and wasn't even like that home invasion he had, wasn't able to be with the squad? I can't remember for sure, but I don't think in any of those games that Tongan side would have had the same prep they've had as they've had this being the last game of their World Cup. So these guys will have been together as long as they have in camp, so they'll go into this one as big-time favourites, but we'll get to that in a second. The squads in terms of the Tongan lineup is a bit of a mix. We see the return of George Moala. Remember, he got red-carded against Canada right before the World Cup was due to start. So he was essentially banned for the start of the World Cup. It was a little bit surprising they took him to the World Cup, seeing as he was going to be banned for the majority of it, but they are giving him a game. So congratulations to him for to make a World Cup appearance for Tonga. But the front row, it's Fisi'ihoi, Ngauamo, and Tameifuna. That is the same front row that started last week. And, I mean, they impressed, despite the fact that they got pretty well beaten. The front rowers, I think in particular, can their heads up high. Tameifuna in particular has been really, really impressive. He scored a couple of the tries, even the big man. Leva Fifita and Adam Coleman is the lock and duo. So Coleman up from the bench for this one, his first start of this World Cup. And then Paea and Semisi Paea moves to 6. Talitui is at 7, and Vailanu finally gets a start at 8. He's a big block-busting, ball-carrying number 8, so I'm pleased to see him get a crack. But, I mean, Sione Talitui has been incredible at this World Cup. He's not really getting talked up, but he's made 60 tackles. 60 tackles. What an incredible shift he's been making in his side, which has been getting, putting some points on them. But, yeah, he's been doing really well. And Leva Fifita is the top carrier for this Tongan side, followed not too far behind by Tameifuna. So these forwards are loving getting up in the opposition faces. Takulua gets a start at 9 for this one. No Augustine Pulu for this one. So pleased for Takulua because he's been a real stalwart for Tonga. So he captains the side. And then William Havili is there at 10. Pita Ahki is alongside Moala in that midfield. So Ahki continues on. Taumoepeau up from the bench at 11. Solomone and Kata is back for this one at 14. And then Piutau there at 15. So they got some pretty good attacking backs. If we've seen anything from Romania, it's often outside the fringes where they get punished. So we will see if the same is true here. For Romania, they have made a bunch of changes to their side. They have brought in a new hooker in Kojokaru. They've brought in Gordas as your tight head prop. The loose head prop Savin is the same. Motok continues on in the second row. And Motok is the top tackler for Romania. So he's another one of those guys. Like, they've been getting some punishment, but he just keeps getting up and making his tackles. And then if Miucic is there in the second row alongside him, excuse the pronunciation. Nicolau is on the number 6 jersey, Bobok in number 7, and Gorin number 8. There's an all-new back row compared to the last game. I get the feeling they're giving some guys a game because it's their last World Cup game. Surgiu is also up from the bench to start at number 9, so that means Rupanu drops to the bench. I think Rupanu started all the other 3 games. Same 10, 12. Manu Mua is there at 13, though he comes back into the side, and then on Utu moves to the right wing. Simonescu is still there at 15, and Chirika is not playing for this one. He's been the captain usually, so I'm not sure if he's injured or just being rested, but he's been their top ball carrier, so he's rested. So Simonescu, the fullback, is their top ball carrier from the back, so looking to run it back, but we'll see if he gets much of a chance to do that. They've also brought in a couple of new backs in Bukur and Grauer, 23. Romanian pronunciation, not my strong point, folks. Apologies. But yeah, they've made a bunch of changes from what I could see. And as I said, I would imagine part of that is giving some guys who've trained with the squad a go before the World Cup is about to end for them. It's interesting, though, when you look at the team stats, like, I know Romania's been beaten by a lot more than Tonga. Like, Tonga's managed 9 clean breaks at this World Cup, which is amongst the lowest, but they have played some of the hardest teams. Romania's 6, so not that far behind. It's not night and day difference, but Tonga has scored 6 tries to Romania's 1. And Tonga scored a bunch of tries against South Africa, which is unusual. South Africa doesn't concede many tries, and they've also had 4 yellow cards to Tonga's 1. So it shows you kind of some of the defensive pressure they have been put under. This one is on at Lille. 5:45 kickoff, which is 4:45 in the morning for New Zealanders. Probably not going to be watching this one live, just because it's a dead rubber, but I will watch it once I get up. Angus Gardner is the ref. Predictions-wise, this is one where we have a bit of a disparity between the bookies and the algorithm. They both pick Tonga, but the bookies say 40 points. Algorithm only says 21. So, yeah, I guess the history between the sides being generally a bit tighter would lead the algorithm to put this one a bit tighter. Like I said, it's a 50-50 record, and the games are usually within kind of 12 points or so. But, yeah, this Tongan side's looked a bit better than the Romanian one at this World Cup, so I get where the bookies are at as well. You guys let us know your thoughts. How do you reckon this one is going to go? By how much do you think Tonga are the appropriate favourites? But, yeah, you guys let us know your thoughts, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. See you later.